A fiver for a signed copy.
That's news to me. How did that happen? I thought I would try this. Feeding back. Is that better?
Yes.
Right, so I thought I'd try this because I didn't want to be too far away here. Anyway, first of all, I'd like to thank Ian Spring and Reimer Books and Andrew McCann for having faith in my strange and unusual style of versification. I wrote this during that kind of lockdown carry-on and all that, and I felt as if I was having a fragmentation of self. You might call it a nervous breakdown if you want. I've just got anyway. So it's got these kind of different voices in it, but I tried to connect them all together and make them into a kind of stage narrative, and I called it an unfinished dance because I'm no quite done yet, Lorna. What was that last line in your song then?
Something's going on, it'll all be done before.
Something's going on, but it'll all be done before I can figure it out. That's about an exact summation of what this book is. So you read through it and all that, but anyway, I'll get to that in a minute. I would like to thank Louise Malone for doing her lovely painting that was included in the cover. Thank you, Louise. And anyway, I'll do a couple of wee poems before I do the book thing. This boy, he don't take no subway. And this boy, he don't take no train. And he only got the sus for the first omnibus. And he ain't got the eyes of the sane. I'm on the broom and my shooters are wide. Give me that burden, let me carry that burden. Let me pay mine while I've no fucking money. Give me the burden, can I manage the new? I want to manage less and less. I want to be skint. I want that burden of poverty. I love fucking poverty. I love being poor. Come on, gies mer, fucking mer. Pile on the misery. Give me beans and toast for my tea every night. And I hear you on the news saying, aye, it's alright, them poor ones don't want to be mollycoddled, or smothered in motherly love, or fairyly love, or any kind of love, or that state paternalism. Give me the burden, my shoulders are wide and my ears beef, but my dinner isn't ready. The close is such a seductive place, the close is a time traveller from slums to yuppies, for the midden to the speak here door, the Macintosh glaze, the razor slash, drinking hooses, all that, haberdash from Habitat, the Scottish writer's romantic setting for heavy scenes and heavy petting, the close, oh aye, my ain wee close. Sitting on the stair, your cellar resident comes out and says, you can't sit there all night. And he's right, it's fucking freezing. A million dark and dingy metaphors, the smell of piss, like the smell of piss, the redundant can of special. What you doing sitting there? You can't drink in here, pal. I know, but the close is such a seductive place. I've got to be in it. I've got to be in it. In it. Right, so I'll try and read out some bits of this unfinished dance book, which none of this I've ever tried to read aloud before, so it'll be a new and interesting experience for me. Don't know how you'll think about it. I'm just going to read, I think, 3 bits, kind of. I don't know if it'll actually make any sense to you or not. Anyway, Mayday Moon. Mayday moon hangs in the sky, delicious shades of blue and grey, blood clouds and crystal clear light, like the end of days. In the afternoon, looking out the window, watching the moon. You want to talk about your creative process as if you're the only person who has such a thing. Who has such a thing? Lots of people rely on accident to find the creative spark, a thought that accidentally lands in your head. Aye, that's it. Like an accidental prose piece falling from the sky. Oh, the sky. You, we, I, they, are, I, am. Sitting at home watching the Dickensian news, cold-hearted capital was doing little good, digging deeper into its philanthropic core. You should try saying that way. Digging deeper into its philanthropic core, left my human heart bruised and sore. Nothing much improved since 1964, even with technology that gleams. I was only 3 in 1964. Anyway, satirising the super rich. 1 gets you nowhere, 2 gets you dead, 3 gets you a holiday in the Bahamas, 4 none of the above. We are doing a survey designed by St. Peter. We know from scripture that heaven is a real place. Please read all terms and conditions carefully to avoid disappointment. And I tell you, Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. I will give you the keys to the kingdom of heaven, and whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Disappointment makes its inevitable appearance, ineluctably, one may add. Well, there's a reference to Franz Kafka here. Fuck off, Franz, away you go, you gloomy bastard. Who on earth could ever perform such a dance as this, other than Graham Fulton's 19th century romantic poet with consumption made of icing sugar? Someone ought to bring out a book, Kafka and the Romantics, a study of fleeting footsteps. See it, how it runs up and down the list of bestsellers, the books of the years, prize-winning favourites of stars and celebrities, whose little lives are just as fleeting as everybody else's, the poor deluded bastards who imagine themselves angels ascending into their white and Protestant heaven because they are special, because they're exceptional, and yet all of us are special. We are all exceptional in that simple sense as of being the same as everybody else. Who on earth could ever perform such a blinding dance as this? My sun, your sun, sun in the sky, simple and bewildering, shines just a little longer than your average human lifespan. And that old bastard Henry Ford wondered how it was done. And still poor Kafka, old or young, died of consumption while on trial for being who on earth he was. And he could perform such a dignified dance as this. Someone seeking dignity with a voice like Billie Holiday, someone seeking dignity with Albert Camus' clarity. Camus also clearly the beauty of setting free the executioners from the onerous task of political sanctioned state murder, and yet once piety held political hands, and now it is science that takes that grip, while truth from lies as ever remains difficult to decipher. Who pays the piper calls the tune, money's worth not human worth still rules. I'll see, I'll just do this one wee bit. It's just so that's an experiment. Anyway, am I getting heckled?
No.
Aye. Do you call that a fucking poem? Right, I've paraphrased John F. Kennedy here. Ask not what Betty Blue can do for you, but what you can do for Betty Blue. Le petit déjeuner est prêt, mon amour. Sortez-vous casserole. I think that means go and get something to eat. I really do not know what it is. I thought that was going to be a kind of wee happy bit to finish up. Turned out no really to.
Well, it's ever unfinished.
That's certainly unfinished. Anyway, I think I'll just stop there. So.
One more.
Another wee bit. I don't know what I could do. I could do a bit about Mickey Rourke's face. You know, the Hollywood actor Mickey Rourke. I was reading an essay in one of these celebrity kind of magazines, and they were saying how Mickey Rourke had ruined his talent because he was very bad at picking decent scripts and he was in all these shite films. Anyway, they're making B movies out of Mickey Rourke's face. Such a talented waste of resources, and in the whoredom of private jets, while all the idiots fly economy. You take a missile in and a missile out. You take it in, you take it out, you take it all about. You take a missile in and out of the Gaza Strip, but you can't simply walk there. What the fuck? What the fuck, right enough? In jeans. That's it. That's a paraphrase of dreams and things or something. Anyway, there's an awful lot of footnotes in this book, I should add. What the fuck, right enough? In jeans, self-perpetuating myths. In dreams of empty lives so shrivelled, there's nothing but hate. All the politics in America are the politics of race. Don't buy bullets, I heard Alec Harvey say, dreaming an impossible dream. Bigotry is easy when your white brother is your big brother and doesn't ever jail you. The terror inside reason sits on Henry Ford's knees like an automatic rifle. I spoke about politics there. And I see a dude I used to enjoy drinking with in Evelyn Kelly's pub out there and in Heritage. So that's very nice. You remember Bobby Christie, he's down there. So